Yo, what is up guys? It is Bumfris, back with episode 20 of our Reddit series. This is some more Entitled Parents, just like you guys requested. I have a really good feeling you're going to love this one. If we haven't already, we are super close to 10,000 subscribers, so thank you to everyone who's joined lately. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. If we can, let's try hit 11,500 subscribers today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. My family and I rescued a Persian cat from the street. We took care of her and now she looks fabulous. A couple of months ago, we threw a party and invited all of our neighbors. Here's where the fun begins. Entitled Parent comes up to me and says, "What an adorable cat you have. What's her name?" Her name is Nut and she's 6 years old. So the Entitled Parent says to her son, "What do you say? Should we adopt her?" And I'm like, "Excuse me? Our family has been meaning to get a cat for ages and yours looks beautiful." No, she's our cat and we took good care of it. I'm not about to give it to you. Stop being so selfish. My kid got a lot of good grades this year and I'm trying to reward him. At this time, my mum hears the commotion and comes to ask if everything's okay. The Entitled Parent tells her that she needs our cat for her son. Mum gives her a confused look and asks if she's serious. The parent says she is. And my mum says, "She's our cat, but if you really want to adopt an animal, I would recommend a local adoption center nearby." And to everyone's surprise, her response was, "No, my son really wants this cat." At this point, my mum gets annoyed and asks the parent to leave. The parent starts swearing and saying that the cat is too good for us and we are way too poor to take care of her. My mum threatens the parent to call the police if she doesn't leave. The parent leaves in a hurry with her kid. After a couple of months, the parent leaves to another state. Since then, no one's tried to take our cat away from us. Sometimes I wonder how these people actually got to a point in their lives where they're comfortable and able to have children. The problem is, stupidity breeds stupidity. Entitlement breeds entitlement. This is just going to be a never-ending loop of horrible people. I guess on the bright side, they would have learnt never to invite this person anywhere again. So this is a story that happened to my older sisters. I was a baby when it happened, so I'm not a part of it. It had just rained outside and my sisters wanted to go and ride their bikes through the puddles. And my mum wanted some time to herself, so she was like, "Yes, go play outside please." So they're outside in play clothes, riding around through the puddles, having a grand old time, when this little girl came outside to do the same thing. But she was all dressed up, hair and makeup done, everything. The little girl started freaking out, just because she got splashed by them all biking through the puddles. The little girl's mum ran outside and completely lost it. She proceeded to verbally abuse my sisters, saying, "How could you splash her beautiful dress like that? And she has a dance recital tonight and you guys want to ruin that?" My sister, who at the time was only 8 or 9, has no problem standing up to authority figures if she feels they're in the wrong. So she said to this woman, "Nobody is allowed to mistreat us but our own mum. And maybe you shouldn't have let your daughter play in the puddles if she has a dance recital tonight." It's still one of my favorite stories and we hear it all the time. Is anyone else getting some that happened vibes with this one? I mean, it's the type of story that I would love to believe, and if it is true, it absolutely fits the description of an entitled parent, but I'm not so sure. For the sake of it, let's assume it's real. I really want to anyway. Good on that 8 or 9-year-old girl for sticking up for herself. It's not very often you see a young person sticking up for themselves like that, so good on them. So before we get into this one, there's a little bit of background from OP. They're only in high school, and anyone suffering with them knows just how much homework you have to do. As far as laptops go, they have a relatively good one and it runs games like CSGO with about 30 FPS and has about 52 gig of storage. On this particular day, they were sitting on their computer after school in an empty cafeteria waiting for their dad to pick them up. And as you've been anticipating, in walks the entitled mum. "Hi, I'm Karen and I saw you were drawing something on your laptop. That's very well done." She's wearing this know-it-all look that I really don't like. So I just say, "Okay." And instead of just leaving it at that, she goes, "Have you met my daughter? She's very talented in drawing." She directs my attention to her daughter who is by her side. And I know this girl. And again, I just say, "Okay, maybe you'd like to take a lesson." No. So here I am, uncomfortably shifting in my chair as I slowly turn up the music on my headphones. I still want to hear what Karen has to say, so I leave it just enough for me to hear her. And out of the blue, she goes, "Oh, come on, just give me your computer." And at this point, she reaches out and grabs my laptop. Now, a lot of people know at my school that I'm real sensitive about people touching my stuff. So my first reaction is to reef my laptop away and stare so deep into Karen's soul that Satan would be proud. Do not touch my laptop. "Oh, I'm sure it's fine. Just give it to me." And she reaches for it again, and because I always sit in the corner of the room, I have no way of getting out. And I say, listen, I don't want a lesson from your brat. Get out of my face or I will get a teacher to get you off the property. At this point, I'm literally clutching my computer to my chest. My daughter needs it and you don't. And she grabs the screen of my laptop with both hands and starts yanking it. Your daughter is an entitled asshole who bullies my brother. And now I can see where she gets it from. At this point, Karen is fuming, screaming about how her daughter matters more than I do. I end up letting go of my laptop in fear of breaking it. Now, the cafeteria lady and I don't really see eye to eye very often, but she came out and yelled, "Get the F out of my cafeteria and give him his laptop back." My counselor came in and tried to reason with her to no avail. Eventually the police were called and had to escort her off the grounds. I never saw Karen or her daughter again, but get this. When she saw the police, she went up to them and said, while pointing her fingernail extensions at me, "Arrest him. He tried to steal my daughter's laptop. Charge him with murder." This goes from an entitled parent to real crazy hella fast. What I want to know is, where was this kid's dad this whole time? At the start of this story, he said he was waiting for his dad. If this was me as a kid in high school, there is no way in hell I would be entertaining this crazy lady. I would be on the phone to my dad trying to get this lady away from me as soon as possible. I was on my normal morning commute to school when I noticed the guy looking at me, then back down at his book. I realized what was happening and tried to stay as still as possible as to be considerate to the artist. About 20 minutes later, I hear yelling and crying from the aisle behind me. I look over to see this 35-year-old woman attempting to take the sketchbook away from him, with her daughter screaming and crying. And Linda goes, "My daughter wants it. Give it here." "Hey, stop it. This isn't for you." "Mummy, I want it. Do you see what you did? Now my daughter is crying and it's all your fault." At this point, I'm in shock and trying to figure out what's going on. "Hey, isn't that sketchbook yours?" "Yeah, but this crazy lady is trying to take it for her brat." "How dare you? My daughter wanted the drawing, and you are both selfish." At this point, everyone is staring and we're about to get to the next stop. The driver looks absolutely furious at what's going on. We finally get to the stop after more screaming and pulling and crying, and the bus driver comes back to where we are and demands that Linda and her daughter get off the bus immediately. What? This isn't our stop. I don't care where your stop is. You are leaving before I call the police. So Linda leaves, but not before calling the whole bus selfish a-holes and flipping off the guy. The guy starts laughing after she leaves and we start a conversation. When we get to my stop, he grabs my wrist and gives me the drawing. It's an amazing drawing, so if you see this, thank you. It really serves this lady right. You're gonna act like an entitled parent and teach your kid to be a spoiled brat? You deserve to be kicked off the bus. Nobody wants to be around a person like you, so maybe you're better off walking from now on. So I was at a baseball game, right? Our umpire didn't show, so we got the green light to use a kid from the crowd as an official ump. This kid's calling stuff in the dirt and being a bit bad at it, but it's a friendly game, so no harm done. Anyway, this friggin' entitled parent is sitting in the bleachers berating people. I don't pay, mind you. I'm sitting on the bleachers now, catcher's gear on, resting beside my mum, and I hear this entitled parent going on. This ump is clueless. He sucks and this team sucks. My child is way better than him. Ha ha ha, he failed. I hear this and get livid. I was very fond of my team. I get up and stand right behind her, glaring at her with pure rage. I wish I could say I clocked her with my face mask, but a tense stare from mum told me to stand down. I hate people like that. Imagine going to a game of baseball or any other sport and acting like this. Firstly, they're just a bunch of kids, but secondly, he said it was a friendly game. They're all just there trying to have a bunch of fun and you're there ruining it for everybody. Maybe next time, instead of going to a game and pretending to support your kid, just stay home. No one's gonna miss you. Alright everyone, that is that for today's video. I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed. Entitled Parents definitely is a newer series on this channel, but we got some crazy love for it last time. I think it's nearly got 150,000 views, so it's clear that you guys love this. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see more Entitled Parents, because I am all about giving you guys the content that you want to see. At the time of making this, we are almost at 10,000 subscribers. Who knows, by the time it's uploaded we might be, but I just want to take a second to say thank you to all the new subscribers, thank you to all my old ones, and just in general, thank you to everyone who supported me over the last month or so. It makes me very happy knowing that I'm putting out content that you guys are enjoying, and I do not plan on stopping anytime soon. So thank you again, I appreciate every single one of you. Otherwise, that is that for today's video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already subscribed to join the Bums Army, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye.